Hi guys, welcome back to Astrology. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the transit of Jupiter, which is happening on May 14th, and it is going to be there till October 14th into the sign of Gemini. This video is short for the sign of Taurus, which means you can watch this video both from a Taurus rising as well as from Taurus moon sign perspective. Now, guys, it is important for you to understand that this video is going to be specifically talking about Jupiter's transit into the sign of Gemini, which is happening for you guys in the second house. Now, I will not be discussing Jupiter's transit into the sign of Cancer and its exaltation from October onwards, because we will be doing a fresh video much closer to that duration, to that transit itself, and keep things simple. But the idea is that for the next few months, from May mid all the way to October mid, what this transit is going to entail for you and what you should be anticipating during this period is being captured in this particular video. Without further ado, folks, let's jump into the video, look at the screen, understand the aspects, the attributes, the lordship of Jupiter in your chart, and figure out that what can you be anticipating with the transit of Jupiter into your second house, into the sign of Gemini. So Taurus, as you guys can see on your screen here, you have Jupiter in the sign of Gemini placed in your second house. Jupiter is the lord of your 8th house and your 11th house respectively, which means Jupiter is responsible for transformation in your life. He is responsible for the research, for the learnings that you can do in isolation. He is responsible for that curiosity, that interest, that deep diving into subject matters which are not so popular or not so known. It depicts the occult, it depicts research, it depicts spy behavior in your life. It is also the planet that could bring in sudden changes, both positive and negative in your life. But at the same time, the same Jupiter is responsible for the 11th house, which means any kind of wishes, goals, ambitions, desires, your regular income, your gains are all seen from the 11th house, and Jupiter is the planet that carries the responsibility to deliver that in your chart, in your life. So he becomes a very crucial planet, and being a large sliced, slow moving planet coming into your second house in an Atichari movement for the next 7 to 8 years. It's going to be a very interesting time for you guys. First and foremost, you have to understand, my friends, that Taurus, for you, it is coming in 180 degrees itself into the second house from the 8th. And then it is also moving 4 places away, being the lord of 11th. And that is a dhan yoga in itself, means money, savings, income are going to be extremely transformative in your life. It is going to be something similarly impactful for the Scorpios as well, because in that 1-7 axis, things are going to flip for the Scorpios, but very much in the same connections with the 2nd, 5th, and 8th. So you see, for you guys, Taurus, it is going to be all about expansion, transformation, changes with respect to material goals, money related matters. And that is why this becomes extremely important. See, you must break down the presence of Jupiter into the house as well as the sign perspective. First and foremost, Jupiter is coming into the sign of Gemini, into the sign ruled by Mercury, which means somewhere or the other, your speech, your articulation, your communication is going to become extremely important. Now, when Jupiter is coming into the second house, it is coming into its house of Karakatva. He feels happy in the second house placement. From here, he is going to impact your job, your karma, your efforts, as well as some unexpected gains in your life. But at the same time, you will have to be watchful about the aspects related to family, related to food, or related to your savings. Why do I say you will have to be watchful? See, because Jupiter is coming into the sign of Gemini, there is a possibility that it can trigger some level of harsh speech, difficult communication, miscommunication coming in with your family members. And that is where it can become extremely tricky, because you might want to give the right message to them. But if construed in the wrong tone, in the wrong choice of words, it can be a disastrous situation. Unexpected problems can also arise. But apart from that, when he is coming into the second house, he is becoming the planet responsible for the growth of your income, for your savings, for your bank deposits, for the quality of food you consume. Taurus, I would not be surprised if many of you are going to even put on weight. I know it is not the first house or the seventh house aspect which is coming into play, and yet I'm talking about it because your interest in consuming different variety of food, lots of quantity, increase in quantity of your consumption of food might also happen. It could also trigger some sort of an interest towards addictions, drinking, consuming, because you guys are ruled by Venus. There is a degree of planets that are impacting you from that particular aspect as well. And then remember, Rahu is going to have, once we shoot the Rahu video, and I am going to give you insights from that perspective as well. When Rahu is in Aquarius, it is going to be in trine with Jupiter as well. So you getting involved with some sort of new habits is also a high probability, but I would be happier if it is an interest towards consumption of some kind of food, even if in larger quantities. But there's a natural dhan yoga which is also getting constructed for you, because the 11th lord is placed in the second house. And what beautiful than it being Jupiter itself. Because from here, he is going to bring in expansion towards your gains as well. He is going to swell up your possibilities of making unreasonable amount of income, Taurus. He is the lord of the eighth, that suddenness, sudden growth of wealth, and then being the lord of gains, wish fulfillment as well into your second, through the support of your family, through the support of maybe food business itself, is a strong possibility. People who are associated with businesses related to money, trading, commerce, banking, life insurance, you are going to see a remarkable amount of success in your life during this transit. Then the second bit will be for people who are associated with any kind of creative habits, singing, speech involved, communication, sales, teaching, guidance, mentorship. You are going to again benefit from all those areas, from your work life, from your career, from your profession. If you are associated with food related businesses, if you are associated with any kind of events related activities where you bring in small, you do event management, connection, holding birthday parties, restaurant chains providing those kind of solutions. Imagine any of that connection will also bring in success to your career and growth in this transit period. It's going to be a fabulous period from that perspective. Now, Jupiter, whilst being the lord of 11th, sitting in the second house, this is going to be a period where you are going to materialize success within your network, within your friend circle, within any kind of professional social media constructs like LinkedIn, like a Twitter. And being active through those forums will also bring you success of some sort. It is going to help you achieve some of your objectives. I don't know how, but it could be related to your profession. Say you are working in a technology industry, talking about what you can do, consulting others, and putting posts, sensible posts on LinkedIn can be extremely attractive. Or tweeting about some of the work that you are doing, let's say, in terms of holding a particular event in a particular area through social media, if you are in the restaurant field. Advertising that, expressing that through that medium is going to bring you success. You are going to gain audience, you are going to gain customers, clients in that mechanism. Remember, Jupiter is the lord of 8th into your second house. So one of the challenges that could also come into play is, my friends, that there could be some kind of trouble, difficulty that could come into your family. And it is the least expected situation. It could be inheritance of problem because of the departure of someone in your life, in your family itself. However, it could yet translate into gains. And that is why that aspect of Jupiter in its own sign and its own house, 8th house, into Sagittarius is crucial, because will related matters, inheritance related matters, sudden kind of accidents then resulting into you getting paid on a higher side could come into play. There could be an accident like a situation, but you are the one who's the grieving party and you make money out of it. Now, these are not some of the best ways to find success, folks, and I know my audience would not appreciate this direction. And that is why I would want to call out that your effort put in isolation, your effort put in some sort of research, undertaking some kind of PhD program, taking a break from your career, or pursuing that in conjunction to your career right now. I have seen so many of my friends continuing PhDs for a longer duration of time, albeit they are working with large brands like an Intel or a Qualcomm and stuff, and they pursue their PhD programs from IISc Bangalore. One of my friends was pursuing his PhD programs with one of the top rated US universities, and he is a data scientist trying to make a shift towards what can be done towards data science. Sorry, AI. And guys, these kind of pivots, sudden decisions in terms of learning something new, grasping something new with Jupiter's aspect into your 10th house as well is going to be remarkably good. It is going to bring a lot of positive fruition in your life from your career perspective. So your karma and the quality of karma itself will be magnified. Jupiter is giving a ninth aspect to your 10th house, guys. And it's a remarkable aspect from that perspective for you, Taurus. Remember, Rahu is also going to come and bring in expansion to the 10th house. So work, profession, career is going to become top-notch priority for you guys, Taurus, and you will flourish. But effort is going to be required. That initiative, that plunge in terms of exploring something new. Not necessarily everybody has to get into research or doing PhD of some sorts. If you are already associated in terms of doing a job within the banking industry, within the healthcare industry, within the insurance industry, but you are in the backdrop, you are doing the work in the shadows, doing something larger good, that is going to be extremely important. You are going to be extremely busy in this period. You are doing research-oriented work in your career as well. Learning new things, getting new certifications, new degrees, new courses whilst being at work. Upskilling yourself into newer areas is going to be extremely crucial and very fruitful for you, Taurus. So continue to do that. And then Jupiter is giving an aspect to your 6th house. This is a period where you will be able to overcome any kind of medical issues, fight loans, litigations. If you've been dealing with any kind of court cases, challenges, Jupiter is going to help you find relief. Of course, your natal position of the chart is also extremely important. That is where if you need any kind of specific guidance, you could approach me. But the point I'm trying to make here is that Jupiter is going to bring a healthy discipline in your life. It is going to bring healthy habits that is going to improve your health, that is going to improve your financial and mental, emotional health as well. And your efforts in any of those directions, bringing that schedule, that regimen in place with a positive mindset, some level of spirituality into it, like waking up on time and just offering water to Surya, just offering your prayer to Jesus, to whatever God, whatever religion you believe in, but offering your prayers on a regular basis every morning. Having that spiritual connection in your day-to-day life is going to be so very crucial, and it is going to determine your success. Remember, he is the Lord of your 11th house. 11th house is 6th to 6th. So 11th Lord sitting in the 2nd house and aspecting the 6th house. It's such a crucially important and good transit for you. So Taurus, be strategic about it. Do not leave any stone unturned. You cannot miss this opportunity anymore. And thus, many of you who are looking for some sort of a switch, who are looking for some sort of a new job opportunity, some kind of a growth in your career, getting to the next level, expanding your roles, because ninth aspect is into the 10th. So putting that extraordinary amount of effort to get that new job opportunity, to get that new role within the same company, to get a larger portfolio that you can manage is all possible during this period. Folks, this is a time where you are going to expand on your family. Many of you could see the childbirth as well. Expansion from a family perspective is also possible. It is because of Jupiter's presence in the 2nd house. Unexpected pregnancy, unwanted situations are also possible. And it is not a bad thing, folks. Absorb that growth in your life, because if something is coming with the benediction of Jupiter, you must accept it. And it is going to be a reason of success, reason of gains, reasons of growth in your life. I see positive outcomes coming with that aspect of Jupiter from your health, job, career perspective, some sort of suddenness is anticipated. But if you pivot that in terms of learning astrology, in terms of learning occult, in terms of doing some sort of research, in terms of appending new knowledge gains in your current profession as well, you are going to see a fabulous transit come into play. And you will see the impact of that once Jupiter is coming into the sign of Cancer in the month of October. We will do a detailed reading inside of that as well. Of course, then Jupiter will become retrograde and it will touch Cancer and come back to Gemini. But how your efforts during the next few months from now is going to shape your future into what you are going to see from October to next June onwards. Taurus, I'm very excited about you. I look forward for you guys to find the right success. If you have enjoyed this video, please smash on that like button, subscribe to Dev Astrology, and keep watching.